Of the conveners, I'd like to thank you for attending with such promptness, and I want to assure you that today will not be an event, it will be an experience. Everything has been provided to make us stay here warm, comfortable, and safe. We have water, we have intermittent coffee breaks, but ladies and gentlemen, we also have cameras to make sure that all your belongings here are safe. But I would advise you to keep your personal belongings safe, because the last time I checked, Jesus had 12 disciples and there was Judas amongst them. Jesus had 12 disciples and there was Judas amongst them. Jesus had 12 disciples and there was Judas. Shortly we'll be joined by our guest of honor and the official party, and everything will proceed on time, on point, and on message. May I know, show by hand, all those who have been here for the past 3 editions? Okay. What of the past 2 editions? Just last year? Those who are just joining us? Okay, and those who are yet to join. Whatever your expectation is, I promise you it will be met, because this year is mind-blowing. We put together an amazing package which will certainly leave you very inspired about what we're doing by way of celebrating key milestones in the innovation ecosystem. But shortly, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be receiving our guest of honor. I ask that we all place our phones on silent to avoid any interference in the course of this event. Mr. DJ, let's have some music in the background while we wait for our guests. Oh, they are all set. And so, innovators, with a round of applause, help me receive our guest of honor and the official party as they come through. And the official party. That wasn't innovative enough. Please rise. And so we begin this morning in the name of God Almighty, the giver of life and of every good thing, the inspirer of innovation, asking for his blessings and for his presence to come and superintend over this celebration from now until its successful end. And all who believe in the one true God, the Father of all, shall say a big amen. Amen. Please be seated. If your voice is yours, can I hear you shout innovation, collaboration, transformation, and impact? It wasn't powerful enough. Innovation, collaboration, transformation, and impact. Please give yourselves a resounding round of applause. What you have just done is to lay the foundation for a beautiful experience we're going to have together. As today we innovate together, collaborate for digital transformation and impact, shaping the future of digital innovation in Ghana. My name is Jerry Ajololo. It gives me pleasure to be before you for the 3rd time as host for the GDIW. Somebody to tell me what it means? GDIW. GDIW, what does it mean? You need free SHS, all of you. It used to be Ghana Innovation, but now it is. You will get to understand why the end is there for this year. But ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our host consortium, I'm talking about the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, the Impact Investing Ghana, and the Ghana Hubs Network. Let me say a very good morning to you, our guest of honor, the Chief Director of the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology and Innovation, representing the Minister, Mr. Patrick Numok, Doctor, I beg your pardon, the UN Resident Coordinator to Ghana, Your Excellency Charles Abani, the Deputy High Commissioner of the UK High Commission in Ghana, Mr. Keith McMahon, the Head of the German Corporation, Madame Franziska Jabens, our keynote speaker, the CEO of Teletel Ghana, Engineer Mrs. Patricia Obunai, our distinguished panelists, directors and officials of ministries, departments and agencies, our development partners, captains of industry from the public and private sectors, academia, Delegates and exhibitors, invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it is with much delight we welcome you to the 4th Ghana Digital and Innovation Week. We put together a tasteful program that will leave you inspired about the great work we're doing, culminating in the milestones in the digital and innovation landscape. In moving on, I would like us to just have a glimpse of what happened last year. For those of you who weren't here, please lend your attention to the screen for the video. And because you loved us, you've showed up, ladies and gentlemen, for the 3rd time in a row. Give yourselves a round of applause as I welcome you to the 3rd Ghana Digital Innovation Week.
So far, the experience has been so amazing. We met a lot of stakeholders in the industry, and we shared a lot of insight into how we are going to make impact and take actions to actually change the narrative in this country and the tech ecosystem.
Ghana's innovation ecosystem stands at the forefront of technological advancement and digital transformation in Africa. In the last months, Ghana, no doubt, faced challenges, yet demonstrated remarkable resilience. With notable strides in digital governance, infrastructure, and finance, the country is actively leveraging technology and to drive inclusive economic growth, enhance efficiency in service delivery, and established itself as a leading player in the global digital landscape.
To all the ambassadors who have helped to put this together, our development partners, our distinguished guests, and everyone that is involved in the Ghana Digital Innovation Week celebration, I welcome you to what promises to be another eventful Ghana Digital Innovation Week. Thank you very much for your commitment to this event. Ghana Digital Innovation Week is not just a celebration of the milestones achieved by our innovators and government policy actions, but also an opportunity to observe, assess, and evaluate our national readiness to participate in the digital economy. It aims to put together the necessary policy instruments to address these market failures.
I am honored to stand before an assembly of brilliant minds, innovators, and change makers who are shaping the landscape of digital transformation in Ghana. I am even more excited that this year's program has expanded its focus to encompass other regions. In the past week, it extended its reach to the Ashanti, Eastern and Northern regions. The ministry places a strong emphasis on inclusivity and firmly believes that innovation should not be constrained to any particular geographical area.
This year we are innovating, we're collaborating and elevate. I know most of you do have feedback for us. I know most of you do have POA's plan of actions committed to this cause. We want to hear from you.
We talked about the vision for the ecosystem and what we want this event to lead to. After all the talk, what actions do we need?
When I came to this program, I was taught that the ideas that we have in our mind, we should implement them, we should use them for better development of the country. We should make sure that none of our ideas go to waste.
I'm sure you saw on your way in, you would have seen a dune buggy, a precision seeder, an ICT center inside an Aboboya. All of those are student projects.
I'm currently at the Ghana Digital Innovation Week, and this year has been very great. The theme for the program has been Collaborate, Innovate, and Elevate. And as you can see around, we see a lot of innovations around, and the discussions and conversation around how we can collaborate to ensure that we can be able to develop local innovations to solve our local problems.
As I came here, I noticed that we are being taught by a lot of professionals, experts in their field, who are impacting us with their knowledge. No matter what you think you know before, coming here is going to make you have an additional knowledge that you didn't think you had before.
Over here, the setup we are having is driving simulation rig. We have the FIFA games going on here. We have the VR as well. We just want people to have a feel of how the esports ecosystem is, and it's very friendly, and everybody can be part of it.
I just want you to touch on, the role of collaborations and, in your opinion.
This is one of the social innovations that we are using. So the idea is that we are linking facilities based on proximity. So in a particular area, let's say we are in Osu, right? So in this catchment area, all the facilities that are in this area will be linked in one network with a central facility that will act as the hub of that network.
So I sat in the AI room, I've interacted with a lot of startups, and Ghana is changing, Ghana is growing, the digital economy and the digital ecosystem of the country is vibrant and just needs a little bit more direction, and I think we are heading in the right direction. So please, next year, you guys shouldn't miss this. DJIW for the world.
And my happiness comes first, I never come left to stress, I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it up top. I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it up top. I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it up top. I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it up top.
What a party it was last year, but this year is going to be mind-blowing. I know so because of the work that the consortium have put together. Please help me welcome, representing the consortium, Amalate, David Ofori, and Yao Edujemfi. Terminator for them, please.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to GDIW 2024. It's been such an honor to have our three organizations join forces to host this year's GDIW. As you all know, GDIW is not just about conversations. It is a platform to drive conversations that lead to two things: action and collaboration. That's why we're here. So make sure that you talk to somebody, make sure that you get inspired to start something, make sure that you launch something, make a new friend, find someone who's doing something similar to you and partner, because it's about action for digital innovation and for innovation ecosystems. This is the fourth year, and the objectives haven't changed. So just to remind you, GDIW was formed to bring us all together around a common national vision of what our digital and innovation ecosystem could look like, and to take action towards that vision. It's also a celebration, it's a party. It's a celebration and a showcase of the best, the brightest, the most creative, the most innovative things happening across Ghana, and the accomplishments of you, the digital and innovation ecosystem players. And finally, it's about mobilizing ourselves to come together and changing mindsets, not just of those in this room, but mindsets around Ghana of what is possible. So last year, you committed to make this event not just an event, but a platform for action. And this year, we'll be pushing that commitment even further. And so dive in with all that you have, and let's make GDI 2024 a great success.
Thank you for that. And it has some few key features, and I want to share a few with us. This year, we're looking at an increased focus on innovation, a collaborative plan, powered by a multilateral partnership, and then the road to GDIW. Also, with our collaborative plan, it details as capturing the commitments of Ghana's digital and innovation ecosystem, providing opportunities for collaboration and partnership, follow-up events climaxing the GDIW 2025, and last year we had 38 commitments that you made, and I'm hoping that this year you'll join us to push that 38 to 100. So let's make it happen. But as you can see, our multilateral partnership that are powering us today is a whole list of them. I want to say a very massive thank you to them, but for them, today will not be possible. So thank you to all of us in this room. Thank you.
Last year, we stood here and promised you that as a consortium, we would even more decentralize the program, take it to more regions. Last year, there were 3 regions: Ashanti, Northern, and Eastern region. This year, we took the program to 3 other regions, increasing it by 100%. We took it to the Upper West, we took it to the Bono East, and then to Western region. There, host hubs had the opportunity to convene ecosystem players to engage on what digital transformation means for them. How can they collaborate together? How can they innovate together for digital impact? They had the opportunity to also bring together diverse stakeholders, including traditional authorities, government, and academia. And so at these programs, we had exciting exhibitions, we had engagements on diverse innovations that we'll be showing you today. So we'd like you to sit back, relax, and enjoy a 4-minute video on the road to GDIW across the regions of Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We often talk about Ghana Digital and Innovation Week being more than an event and also being more than an activity that happens in Accra. So this year, we've had the event going into the region, 6 regions. We started off in Tamale, we made a trip to Wa, made another trip to Kumasi, went to Chiman, we went to Eastern region, and then we ended up in Takoradi, Western region.
The reason behind these 6 regional events is to spread the excitement, is to decentralize the impact of the Ghana Digital and Innovation Week. When it started in 2021, Ghana Hubs Network, with this rich network of hubs across the country, held virtual programs
to Kumasi, went to Chiman, we went to Eastern region, and then we ended up in Takoradi, Western region.
The reason behind these 6 regional events is to spread the excitement, is to decentralize the impact of the Ghana Digital and Innovation Week. When it started in 2021, Ghana Hubs Network, with this rich network of hubs across the country, held virtual programs across the country in celebration and expanding the impact of the program. In 2022, 2023, and this year, we've expanded our reach for in-person programs, and this year, 6 of our hubs hosted all 6 regional programs.
This year, we've seen a lot of things around the country. I mean, innovators don't cease to innovate. Entrepreneurs don't cease to come up with serious solutions to our national problems. And as we went around the regions, what we saw was that every region has some peculiarity. I mean, some are interested in agro, some are interested in fintech, some are interested in value addition, and others are also just enthusiasts who are looking to see what best they can do. I mean, we've done with traditional leaders, we've done with students, we've had opinion leaders, community leaders, regional ministers, and Accra here we're having all the big guns coming in, policymakers, stakeholders, development partners have all been part of it. And this is a stage, and it's a stage where we seek to amplify what Ghana is made of and what Ghana can do even better.
At these regional programs, there are three issues that spread across in terms of issues that challenges the ecosystem. Firstly, we have access to stable network, which is a huge issue because it was expressed across all 6 regional programs. And the second issue has to do with bridging the gap, forming different partnerships that will help to bridge the gaps in skills development. And the third issue has to do with how effectively can we collaborate with existing entities to be able to scale the impact that innovators, entrepreneurs, and digital enthusiasts are making across the country. And I'm happy to report that all of these issues, even though they are challenges, are also opportunities that we can work with service providers to be able to expand and enhance digital access, opportunities for us to work with different entities, including funders and investors, to be able to build more skills across the country and ensure that we put Ghana at the helm of becoming a digital ecosystem in Africa. The most effective way to be able to innovate together and collaborate for digital impact will be at the regions.
So it's a question of inclusion. It's a question of bringing everyone into the fold of the innovation ecosystem that we are super proud of here in Ghana, and it gave us more reason why we should continue to do what we do, but also think about how to even expand it further into other regions to ensure that no innovator is limited by their location, but that they have all the resources that they need to further develop their innovation and to contribute to the economy, because at the end of the day, that is what we want, that innovation is feeding directly into our economic progression as a country.
This is a place to be. For me, the learnings from these things is that sometimes I don't think we give ourselves enough credit as a people, because going around the country and looking at the innovations people have come up with, looking at the solutions people have come up with, the ideas, the conversations that we're having, just means that, look, not even the sky is our limit, the world is our oyster, because there's a lot more that we can even do and a lot more we are looking to do. Critically, we'll talk about some of the challenges, but look, for me, regardless of the challenges that we've had as a nation, look, what we've seen around the country is endless possibilities.
And so I call on you investors, I call on you government agencies, private sector actors, service providers, solution providers, innovators from across the country to join hands with the consortium partners, with the trilateral partners, and with government agencies across the country, and with the Ghana Hubs Network members across the country, so that we can build the necessary skills, we can build the necessary infrastructure, digital infrastructure, and then more importantly, we can collaborate on initiatives, on projects, on interventions that addresses the challenges that we face within the digital ecosystem, and also be able to accelerate growth, leveraging on digital tools and solutions. Thank you very much.
GDIW.
Homegrown, ladies and gentlemen, help me celebrate the Venture Capital Trust Fund. It's not complete without Telecel Ghana. Please, a round of applause. The CSIR, Science and Technology Policy Research Institute, together with STEPRI and their project AGRIDI, sponsored by OACPS and R&I. Together, ladies and gentlemen, they deserve a round of applause too. And so in moving forward, we would now like to have a glimpse, another short video on the road to GDIW 2024. Please lend your attention to the screen and enjoy.
We often talk about Ghana Digital and Innovation Week being more than an event and also being more than an activity that happens in Accra. So this year, had the event going into the region, 6 regions. We started off in Tamale, we made a trip to Wa, made another trip to Kumasi, we went to Chiman, we went to Eastern region, and then we ended up in
regional events is to spread the excitement, to decentralize the impact of the Ghana Digital and Innovation Week. When it started in 2021,
is the head of the German Corporation, Madame Franziska Jabens. Please welcome her warmly with a round of applause.
Happy faces in the video, but I also see many happy faces in the audience, being excited to be here. So it's a big pleasure for me to speak to you in the name of the German Embassy and the German government. I know you would all like to see a dance performance here, because this is what cheered up the room when we saw the very, very nice dancing activities around this event. I'm sure it will come later. For now, it's time for the speeches, so just let me say a few words. Honorable Chief Director, representing the Honorable Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, honorable dignities, honorable representatives of the digital economy, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the opportunity and the honor to address you on this important occasion of the DGIY. I just learned about the end in the digital End Innovation Week right now, so pardon me if I forget about this end in the course of my speech. The objective we learned of this week is to unite a wide range of participants within the digital innovation ecosystem, fostering a more cooperative and all-encompassing ecosystem growth. The GDIW is designed to facilitate the involvement, coordination, and hosting of diverse array of events and activities by various ecosystem players. These initiatives are tailored to cater to distinct audiences and segments, and within the ecosystem over the course of the event's 3-day duration. As we all know, and I'm very proud to talk about this, Ghana's innovation ecosystem remains at the forefront of technological advancement and digital transformation in Africa in 2024. Despite ongoing challenges, the country has shown remarkable resilience, making significant progress in digital governance, infrastructure, and finance. Ghana continues to harness technology drive, inclusive economic growth, enhance service delivery, and strengthen its position as a leader in the global digital landscape. But let me also address one of the main challenges when it comes to digital transformation gaps in the country. When it comes to internet penetration, we observe that the urban centers like Accra have high internet access, I learned around 90%, whereas the rural penetration is still low as 40%. The digital divide limits economic opportunities and inclusion for about 6 million people in underserved regions. The government can manage the digital ecosystem by also improving the interagency coordination to streamline efforts and eliminate duplication in digital initiatives. We see a lot of them. This enhanced digital ecosystem will foster job creation and drive macroeconomic development, for sure. We congratulate the government of Ghana for instituting the Ghana Digital Economy Policy and securing cabinet approval for it. This policy marks a pivotal step in shaping the nation's digital future, and we eagerly anticipate its implementation to unlock new opportunities for innovation, economic growth, and inclusive development. Before I came here today, I tried to understand which advantages the implementation of such policy would bring to the country, and I learned the following. The policy will generate thousands of sustainable jobs in sectors like ICT, digital entrepreneurship, AI, and big data. When it comes to digital infrastructure, the policy aims to achieve universal internet access, improving on the current 75% mobile data penetration overall, especially to improve it in rural areas, which is key. When it comes to digital literacy, by 2030, the plan is to train 19 million Ghanaians in digital skills, preparing them for the growing demand in the digital economy, not only in Ghana, but worldwide. Also, to boost the GDP will be one of the results. The policy will significantly enhance Ghana's GDP through innovations in digital finance and entrepreneurship. The government of the Federal Republic of Germany continues to be a significant supporter of Ghana's quest to take advantage of digitization and expand the country's socio-economic development. Through our implementing agency, GIZ, for example, various projects are currently being implemented to achieve this goal. We already heard about it. Those projects include, amongst others, the support to women-led micro-enterprises, the support to startups within the technological space, to bridge the technological gap between the urban and rural areas of Ghana through strategic interventions, improving digital trade among SMEs, and supporting, of course, the government in digital policies. We also recognize, and this is very important for us as well, the gender inclusivity when it comes to digitization. Through our modules, we are supporting to bridge the gender digital divide for micro-entrepreneurs in the informal sectors. Women are very active in this country, and it has to be represented in their digital activities in order to foster prosperity for them. We believe that it's very important to contribute to a more equitable and inclusive digital ecosystem, all in all. For us, the improved economic situation of Ghanaians, in this case, goes beyond mere statistics. It should translate into tangible outcomes, things that we can see, that we can feel, that we can observe, changes. Individuals finding new opportunities after training, experiencing increased income, attaining formal employment, and enjoying enhanced working conditions. This is what we want to achieve. As we look forward to the fruitful discussions around this 3-day week, which is a very short week, we still encourage you to really use it to the fullest, to not only enjoy it, but to make the best out of it. We heard it's all about action and collaboration, so let's start now. Thank you.
We're grateful to you, Madame Franziska Jabens, speaking on behalf of the German government and the German corporation. Particularly grateful for the partnership and support we receive from the UK government through the Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office of the British High Commission is this consortium which has put together today's event. We're pleased to receive the Deputy High Commissioner of the British High Commission in Accra. Would you please make welcome Mr. Keith McMahon for his remarks.
Wow, quite the group in here this morning. First of all, let me address the elephant in the room. This. I appreciate the irony of standing here talking about digital innovation. I've got a piece of paper reading my speech. Just to let you know, my iPad broke this morning. It wasn't an iPad. I am not the Neanderthal I may look like. So, just getting that one out of the way. Honourable Chief Director representing the Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, UN Resident Coordinator Charles Abani, Head of Development for the German Embassy Franziska Jebens, CEO of Telecel Ghana Patricia Obanai, organisers, all invited guests and speakers, friends of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. I always like to start these things off with a little bit of either a joke or a little fact. So here goes. Here's one that I picked up on yesterday. If the auto industry kept up with technology in the same way that the computer industry has, we would all be driving $25 cars that get 1,000 miles to the gallon. Yeah, that's how far, that's what digitalization, innovation, and etc. can do if you collaborate and if you're innovating. So I am delighted to be here today under the theme, Innovate Together, Collaborating for Digital Transformation and Impact. Innovation and collaboration are deeply interconnected, and their synergy is vital for progress in various fields, including digital. Collaboration brings together individuals from different backgrounds, disciplines and skill sets. This diversity of thought leads to the blending of unique ideas which can result in more creative and innovative solutions that a single person or homogeneous group might not conceive. When people work together, they can share their knowledge, skills, and experiences. This collective intelligence can accelerate problem solving and innovation by building on existing ideas, avoiding duplication, and generating new insights faster. That's why we want you all here today. Getting you all together in one place generates those ideas, gets things done quicker. Collaborating allows for shared risk-taking by pooling resources, whether financial, intellectual, or human. Teams or organizations can experiment and innovate with a safety net, allowing them to tackle larger, more ambitious projects without bearing the full risk alone. Innovative projects often require adaptability, as unforeseen challenges or new opportunities emerge. Collaborative teams tend to be more agile, able to pivot quickly based on feedback, market changes, or technological advancements, ensuring that innovations stay relevant and effective. Many of today's most pressing challenges, such as climate change, healthcare advancements, and sustainable development, are too complex for any one individual organization or even country to solve alone. Cross-border and cross-industry collaboration are essential to drive large-scale innovation that addresses these global issues. Collaboration encourages the concept of open innovation, where ideas flow freely across organizational boundaries. By partnering with external entities, other businesses, universities, or even the public, companies can enhance their innovation processes, leveraging external expertise and ideas to create better products and services. In essence, collaboration is the key to unlocking the full potential of innovation as it amplifies the power of collective problem solving and creativity. Collaboration and innovation are cornerstones of the UK's partnership with Ghana, particularly as we work together to drive growth through science, technology and innovation. The UK and Ghana have a long-standing history of collaboration in STI, including in the digital sector. Leveraging STI is likely to be a game changer, but in doing so we need to develop the necessary skills, create the enabling policy environment, and strengthen the space for effectiveness and efficiency. The UK has been working in different ways to address these challenges. Last month, our Minister for Africa, Lord Collins of Highbury, visited Ghana and announced a 3.8 million funding to Kofa Technologies and Pash Global to enable them to scale up their battery swapping network in Ghana with support from Shell Foundation and the UK government. Lord Collins also announced £2 million to support STI in Ghana and Nigeria through the Sankore project that will strengthen research commercialisation, innovation policy, and support innovation systems projects that align with national and regional priorities for STI. On the last one, I'll put a little plug out for my team here. We're still looking for an implementing partner for the Sankore project. So if anybody in the audience is interested, lots of innovators, etc. in here, please do get in touch. My guy's down front, Johnson, so you can get, he'll no doubt give you further information. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana Digital and Innovation Week is a testament to the power of collaboration, bringing together policymakers, researchers, academia, industry, students, startups and development partners to share ideas, create connections and enhance the digital and innovation landscape. As we innovate together, let us prioritise inclusivity, sustainability and creativity. Let us ensure digital transformation benefits all, regardless of geographical location or socio-economic background. Finally, I would just like to thank the organisers and sponsors for all the efforts put in place for this event, and to thank the MESTI and the Ministry of Communication and Digitalisation for their unflinching support and collaboration. Many thanks.
One more time, why don't you help me celebrate the UK Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office through the British High Commission for their support and partnership. What we've done so far, as alluded to earlier, has been on the back of collaboration and partnership, but also commitments. And so just like we did last year, I want to secure some commitments from the House. Last year we were able to do 38. We're aiming towards 100, like Dr. Bamiao said. It is. And so please rise with me and let's have the commitment on the screen, the pledge. If you have your phones here, I encourage you to please take them out. Put on the camera and please turn around with your backs facing the stage. I beg you in the names of God and everything holy. Let's have the script on stage, please, on the screen. All right, while they're still struggling with it, ladies and gentlemen, we'll do our own. So when I say, okay, are we ready? Okay, so please say after me, are we ready? Let's do a video. I commit to make GDIW 2024 not just an event, but a platform for action. And so together with three happy cheers, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. And so use the hashtag GDIW and send it out there to the whole wide world that this is the commitment we make today. We want you to populate every platform with this message. Let them know that this is what we're doing in Ghana, our little way of celebrating the key milestones in the digital and innovation ecosystem. The beautiful thing about digital transformation is that it's not a destination, it's a journey filled with marvelous stories, for which reason for the next few minutes, I want to gift you the dramatic arts, as they tell us a beautiful story about the digital world. Please welcome them warmly with a resounding round of applause.
In the beginning, work was defined by hands, tools, and the strength of human effort. Messages ran with speed and urgency. Builders shaped the world with their hands. Scientists explored the mysteries of life, and architects designed the spaces we live in. Each profession stood apart, each serving a unique role. But one man watched, observed, and wondered, could there be more? Could the future of work be something different, something greater? He saw their dedication, their skill, but he also saw something else, potential. He took notes, studied their efforts, and began to think deeply. Something was missing, a solution not yet realized. Then, in a flash of inspiration, he had it, a way to transform their work forever. With a single idea, the tools of old were gathered, placed in a box, symbols of a time soon to change. And as he stirred the tools together, the past began to shift, to evolve. A new world emerged, a digital world. He reached into the past and pulled out the future. With a wave of his hand, he released the power of innovation, digital apps, tools, and solutions that will revolutionize the way they worked, the way they lived. No longer bound by the limits of the past, the workers of the world took hold of their new tools. Technology flowed into their hands, transforming every aspect of their work. Builders, scientists, messengers, architects, each profession becomes something new, something digital, something united.
And that's a beautiful story telling the growth of the digital world. Please, the dramatic arts, they are yours for the round of applause. Leading us into this bold digital future is the United Nations, which has for the years spearheaded numerous interventions by promoting solidarity, sustainability, and science in the quest to achieve the SDGs, which aim at ensuring that all people enjoy peace and prosperity by 2030. Here to speak to us is our own beloved UN Resident Coordinator to Ghana. Please welcome His Excellency, Mr. Charles Abani.
Good morning, everybody. I still use paper. But first of all, let me just say that that last piece encapsulates the imagination that drives innovation. Please give those guys a huge round of applause. The Chief Director of the Ministry of Science, Technology, Innovation, MESTI, other representatives of key government ministries. We know communications is at the core of this. We know that information is at the core of this. And indeed, in the way we capture digital and innovation, there isn't a ministry that isn't part of that process. And a number of other actors like NEIP who are in the room. The head of cooperation for the German Embassy, and of course GIZ, the Deputy High Commissioner for the UK FCDO, and all the work that you do. The Chief Executive of Telecel Ghana, one of the foremost women who is also driving the process of inclusion at the most strategic level. Development partners here present, other government institutions, key actors from the private sector, and I think if you just look across the bottom here, you'll be amazed at the range of partners who are involved here. And this is not even 10% of it, from my own understanding. Representatives of civil society, esteemed innovators and entrepreneurs, please give yourselves a huge hand, because you are the guys who do all of this. Friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the United Nations, I extend a warm welcome to you all to the 2024 Ghana Digital and Innovation Week. Let me extend my heartfelt congratulations to Amma and the group of people at Impact Invest in Ghana and the GIDW team who have really been working on this. Please, a huge round of applause to them. Also to the numerous partners here, I'll speak about the Ministry, obviously, of MESTI and Communications, but also, of course, UK Aid, GIZ, a number of UN partner organizations, Telecel. There's just an endless list of you, and so really let me just give a huge shout out to all of you for the work that you do in this important area. The theme of this week, innovating together, is at the core of innovation. Because on the one hand, it takes innovators, but on the other hand, without collaboration, your idea is just for you. And in fact, the graveyard of bad apps is full of people who had a solution for a problem that didn't exist. It only existed in their heads. And so none of your innovations will ever make any kind of difference unless they connect with people's needs and wants. So it really symbolizes the essence of our collective aspirations, not just for Ghana, but for Africa as a whole. Digital transformation is now at the heart of economic and social progress. And the world of digital technology is really evolving at breakneck speed, and we must be able to leverage it, or particularly on this continent, we'll be left behind again. At the SDG Summit last year, which did the kind of half SDG stocktake, 6 key areas were identified that will really drive and propel us to achieve not only the Sustainable Development Goals, but Africa's own Agenda 2063. I'm going to list them. The first is food systems, and really transforming food systems, which is beyond production or the value chain work, the trade, and the collaboration. The second is jobs and ensuring social protection happens for the most vulnerable. The third is actually around energy and the energy efficiency and access and affordability that we require to be able to achieve the aspirations of Ghana to become a prosperous nation that is self-reliant, but also a continent that feels the same. The fourth is education and skills. Skills that look forward into a future that is essentially going to be digital, and how our young people are skilled, not for the past, but fit for the future. The fifth is obviously the triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity loss, and waste, and how we harness that into an opportunity. And the sixth is digital transformation. And indeed, these 6 transitions are all interconnected. And so when I said the ministries who are involved is everybody, it is the digital of everything that we do, whether you work on economic transformation, or you're working on access to basic services, or you're discussing peace and security. And just this September, Ghana participated in the Summit of the Future. And the Summit of the Future focused on 5 things, and already those words have resonated here. The first is sustainability and access to sustainable finance, one of the hurdles that we need to overcome. The second is peace and security and a global understanding of what that means. The third is actually technology, innovation, and the digital transformation, including harnessing all the opportunities of artificial intelligence while holding at bay some of the challenges or addressing and mitigating some of the challenges and risks therein. The fourth, as I look across this room, is about you, young people and future generations, and keeping a planet that we can utilize but keep safe for the next generation. And the fifth, and it's equally important, is actually getting to a space where we have an agreed set of global governance mechanisms that treat everybody fairly and equally across the globe. And I think Ghana played a very strong role in that Summit of the Future. And again, this is at the essence of what we're doing. So this isn't some small little thing sitting on the side that we're all interested in. It's at the heart of the future world that we will live in. The digital economy has become a significant driver of growth, valued at 11.5 trillion back in 2016, and accounting then for 15.5% of GDP. As these trends continue, with digital-driven economic forecast to reach 25% in less than a decade, Africa must itself join this game and is already predicted to surge by 2025 to 300 billion in terms of economic value. Globally, businesses are embracing digital transformation, with 91% of businesses engaged in digital initiatives and 41% already having brought these to scale. 89% of companies have adopted a plan to adopt a digital-first business strategy. This underscores the immense potential that we must all harness. Despite progress, the global digital divide persists, with an estimated 2.6 billion people remaining offline in 2023, primarily in low-income countries where only 1 in 4 have access to the internet. To bridge this divide, digital transformation spending reached 1.5 trillion in 2021, and was expected to reach 6.8 trillion in 2023. I hope I'm describing a problem, but also an opportunity as you listen to it. Competitiveness has become more crucial. Countries are ranked accordingly, highlighting the need for continued innovation and investment. It is refreshing that Ghana's digital ecosystem has witnessed significant growth, with about 24 million active internet users, representing 70% of the population, mobile connectivity that reaches 41.5 million mobile connections, 129% of the country's population. E-commerce has a growth of 28% annually, and the digital services sector is now contributing nearly 10% to GDP. In sectors such as financial inclusion, we're witnessing transformative change. Ghana's mobile money penetration has reached 87%, making it one of Africa's highest. This digital revolution has connected millions to banking services that were previously out of reach. With the government's innovation and digital initiatives, Ghana's e-payment platform and the development of over 200,000 kilometers of fiber optic infrastructure are laying the foundation for sustained growth. And UNCTAD has supported some of this work, particularly around e-readiness. But also in terms of making sure that Ghana is ready. Let me commend the Ghana government for this range of digital transformation initiatives. The Ghana Card, which is generating digital IDs for in excess of 18 million people. This is at the core of creating the grounds upon which we can unleash new finance and new opportunities at a personal level. A digital address system combined with a digital ID gives us the basis for individual credit rating and access to immense financial opportunities. Mobile money, interoperability, Ghana.gov government platform, and many other initiatives. These are not only testaments to Ghana's commitment to promote this, but also to set the base in place. However, challenges do remain, and we've talked a lot about them, but I really like what Yao, I think, said earlier on when he said, let's flip each of these into opportunity. Low broadband width, high internet costs, dependency on externally owned digital infrastructure, and a skill set that will make us fit for the future. Additionally, there is much to be done in spite of the work of the Bank of Ghana and many of the other regulators to open up the space. Financing for this is really, really crucial and important. The governance questions, and let me commend the Ministry of Communications for the work they're doing with UNESCO around AI governance and ethics. The ability to really harness AI, but also to address some of the questions of bias. And intellectual property. And for you young people, I really want to talk about intellectual property. Africa is not a market of consumers. It is also a producer market. And these videos are proof that you can do it. And so we need to harness that indigenous knowledge, and that drama captured it all. By doing the work around human-centered design to bring forth the best that Ghana has to offer, and to work in collaboration with government, with donors, with everybody, to create the scale that will be required to deliver that. To innovate together, we must cultivate a robust framework, a digital ecosystem that encourages cross-disciplinary, multidisciplinary partnerships. We must invest in education, put training that fosters digital skills, and encourage mentorship programs that connect professionals to emerging talents, and that harness the concept of human-centered design. There are far too many initiatives here in Ghana, APD, the 3i Conference, and even at the global platform at the Summit of the Future, Ghana was leading some of the big discussions about the digital infrastructure and the interconnectivity that is going to require going to be required to enable us to unleash the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. So while we applaud you, we also say, see these challenges as new opportunities. We must prioritize transparency and open communication, create spaces, both physical and virtual, where ideas can flow freely. Hackathons, innovation labs, community forums, and congratulations for taking this to the streets, have become staples and must become staples in our collaborative efforts. These are the spaces where we can brainstorm, experiment, play in sandbox, and refine our ideas together, transforming them into action. The UN, of course, has many initiatives in this particular area. A few of the UN agencies working in that area already are supporting this event. But let me just mention, and also note too with gratefulness, the collaboration we have with the European Union, UN Capital Development Fund, UNCTAD, UNDP, UNICEF, WFP, a whole host, the International Trade Center, who are working on a raft of programs which collectively come up to a value of around $50 million US. But therein also lies one of the challenges. With so much going on, we really need the collaboration and the coordination, and so this space is really important. Otherwise, all of these amazing initiatives will not amount to more than the sum of their parts. And the real thing is to get that happening. And so as you discuss today and tomorrow through the vast tract of different sessions, I encourage the organizers to really focus on this element of collaboration and particularly coordination to really enable us to see where we're going. It's crucial to also remember that this is not just about technology, it's about people and it's about humanity. The extent to which this transformation enables us to grow will be the extent to which people are at the center of this, not just profits and not just technology. And I would particularly encourage those of you who probably sit in a small section of this room to think about digital and governance and the kinds of innovations that you can bring to the table that really bind and bring Ghana together. And building and echoing what others have said, let us please be sure that women, and particularly persons with disability, young people, this is already your place, are not left behind as we go on this journey. I never end anything in these last 2 months without talking about Ghana's upcoming election. Ghana remains the prime example on this continent of democracy. You should all be very proud of this. Please give yourselves a round of applause. And in the key areas that we are working on, peace, and we have an I Pledge for Peace campaign, on participation, on ensuring that we eschew misinformation and disinformation, and ensure that Ghana is guided through this process and yet again comes out as a beacon. It is important to understand that innovation does not include disinformation and misinformation. So for those of you who are using social media, don't think you're innovating. Let me give you a powerful quote. Those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. And so in the midst of everything, and we must stay positive and focused with the energy on what the opportunity of digital and AI offers us, let us be very mindful of what can go wrong. And I call you all in your own hearts to join me and pledge for peace in the upcoming elections for Ghana. In conclusion, I want to express my deep appreciation again to the organizers and the supporters. I extend our gratitude to all the government partners, the private sector, the international community who are supporting and instrumentalizing this and enabling this. Your dedication and passion is key. Together, let us innovate, collaborate, and create a future where digital transformation leads to sustainable development and inclusive growth for all. I wish you a wonderful week. Thank you very much.
One more time, His Excellency Charles Abani. Thank you for those very insightful nuggets. Mr. McMahon gave us the nexus between digitalization and innovation. What His Excellency Abani has come to do is to flesh it out in complete sense by making us aware of the potentials that are unfolding here in Ghana and the possibilities that can arise amidst the challenges. But he calls on us to view the challenges as opportunities. But that last quote is something that will keep for a lifetime. Those who make you believe absurdities can make you commit what? Please keep that in your pocket and share it wherever you go from here. Thank you very much, sir. In moving on, we acknowledge that innovation cannot exist in a vacuum, nor can it exist unbridled. And that's why in the wisdom of government, we provided for a Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology, and Innovation. Would you please make welcome, speaking on behalf of the Sector Minister, the Chief Director, Dr. Patrick Numo.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The head of Development Cooperation at the German Embassy, the Deputy High Commissioner at the British High Commission, the United Nations Resident Coordinator, the CEO of Telecel Ghana, development partners present here, colleagues from the ministries, departments, and agencies, special invited guests, innovators, and actors in the ecosystem, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you warm greetings from the Minister for Environment, Science, Technology, and Innovation, Honorable Ophelia Mensah-Hayford, who would have loved to be here, but has been tasked to undertake some activities in the regions, and therefore is out of Accra. I take this privilege very seriously because last year I had a similar opportunity to represent the then Minister, Honorable Kweku Efriye, at this event, and I was excited at the potential that this week celebration has for our country. So it is very exciting to be part of this year's celebration as well. This year's celebration marks the fourth consecutive Ghana Digital and Innovation Week celebration since its maiden launch in November 2021 by His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. The event, which started like a mustard seed, continues to grow significantly every year. This demonstrates that ecosystems take time to build, and what we are seeing today is therefore holds great promise for Ghana's emerging digital and innovation ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana has been widely acknowledged by our peers in Africa as a digital economy due to the various policies and programs championed by government. Ghana has become a very attractive destination for digital startups and innovation, with accompanying investments from venture capital and development finance institutions. Ghana ranks 5th amongst attractive destinations for investors in sub-Saharan Africa and 7th in Africa. This is not happening by accident, but by the shared commitment of the various actors in the digital and innovation ecosystem of Ghana. The building blocks laid by the vibrant ecosystem actors, cemented by government policies, supported by the government of Ghana amongst the nations with the best skills, talent, and startups in the sub-Saharan Africa. While this sounds very impressive, so much more is required of both government and various actors to consolidate the gains made and sustain the momentum of innovation in Ghana. As a ministry responsible for technology and innovation, we acknowledge the fast pace of technological progress and disruptions created by the current wave of the Industrial Revolution. We know that a business as usual policy and programs intervention approach will not help us catch up with the developments in the global environment. We must get involved with the main actors to understand the issues clearly, to enable us to develop policies and programs that are tailored towards addressing the real needs of the ecosystem. We are also aware of the great support our development partners are providing to the ecosystem, and I have no doubt that the complementary support we receive as a country will improve standards of living and the consumers of digital and innovative products in Ghana. I want to use this opportunity to commend our development partners for their unrelenting support over the years. I also want to commend the innovation actors in the ecosystem for their persistence in ensuring that their talents do not lie waste in the midst of the environment that has been provided for development. Ladies and gentlemen, many of the startups and innovators we see here today are at the forefront of addressing critical issues of unemployment, health, education, environment, logistics, amongst others. Despite the impact they are making in our economy, most of them are hardly noticed. This is mainly because the size and dynamism of the ecosystem constraining adequate individual engagement. The Ghana Digital and Innovation Week therefore provides a great platform to bring us all together to enable us engage and celebrate the milestones and achievements that have been made in the digital and innovation journey in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, whilst the ministries responsible for innovation and digitalization are at the forefront of innovation and digitalization, the outputs and outcomes of our interventions are targeted at the real sector of the Ghanaian economy. That is in agriculture, health, education, construction, manufacturing, and so many others. For the ministries, departments, and agencies that are represented here, I encourage you to take time to visit the exhibition booths, and you will see for yourselves how amazing products and solutions that the innovators have developed to address the very challenges that we want to address in our ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as in our communities and our private sector organizations. It will be an opportunity to collaborate with them for greater impact in our various fields of service delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Government of Ghana and the ministries responsible for innovation and digitalization, I welcome you to this year's Ghana Digital and Innovation Week celebration and hope to see you again next year. For the startups, companies, and innovators that are here today, I encourage you to keep up with the good work and never give up. Your roles in the economic transformation of Ghana are duly acknowledged. Government will continue to provide support in terms of policies and programs in your fields of innovation to make your endeavors a successful one. On behalf of the Government of Ghana and the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, and the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization, I say welcome to the 2024 Ghana Digital and Innovation Week celebration. Thank you.
We're grateful to you, the Chief Director, the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Patrick Nmo, speaking on behalf of the Sector Minister. Please extend our appreciation and our warmest delight to her. We all recognize that startups are the engine of innovation. No be so. Oh, tell me, which company does innovation apart from startups? They are the ones who stretch us with products and services that make life better. Remember last year we had Wahoo Mobility. How many of you remember? Don't you see them all over town now? I ordered one, Charlie, record time, 15 minutes. Imagine, from Kaswa to airport. 15 minutes, Wahoo Mobility. Please, a round of applause for them. And such is the possibility we unearth right here at the GDIW. Today we want to show you one special innovation from a startup. Mingo Blocks join us, ladies and gentlemen, and this is where I hand over to my co-MC. A round of applause for my co-MC.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this exciting gathering where innovation and technology are shaping our future. I'm Abena, your digital companion for today, and I am thrilled to be a part of this event where we explore the limitless possibilities of tech. Technology is more than just tools and gadgets. It's a powerful force that transforms industries, connects people, and empowers us to solve the world's toughest challenges. As we embark on this journey together, let's celebrate the brilliant minds and bold ideas that are driving this digital age forward. And now it is my great honor to introduce the visionary leader who is taking our company, Mingo Blocks, to new heights. Please welcome our CEO, Ben Norty.
Good morning. All right, so I have my tablet here. I think I did well. So it's a real privilege to be here today to share with you the story of Mingo Blocks, our journey, especially the field of robotics and how we are using innovation to bring about positive change in Ghana, across Africa, and around the world. As we all know, technology is evolving rapidly, and the future of human interaction is being redefined by AI and robotics. I'm sure you've all followed recent developments in AI, how AI is really transforming the way we do our work. When Mingo Blocks began, our mission was simple, yet very ambitious: to create innovative robotic solutions that empower people. We started small, focusing on educational tools, as you can see on your screen, to inspire the next generation of thinkers and innovators. But over the years, we've expanded far beyond our early roots, and today, we're proud to be the leading robotics and AI company, developing intelligent systems that go beyond simple automation to deliver real-world impact. Education has always been at the core of our mission. At Mingo Blocks, we believe that robotics and AI can transform the way we teach and learn. That's why we've developed educational robots and platforms like G-Blocks and RoboCenter, which help schools and students embrace STEAM education. Our tools are designed to create and make learning more interactive, hands-on fun, fostering creativity, critical thinking, and helping prepare the children for the future of work. And from our work, we've been able to reach several tens of thousands of children from across Africa, giving them access to technology that prepares them for the future. And today, one of our most exciting development, as you saw, is Cello. We call it Abena. It's a social robot. And one would wonder, what's a social robot? So social robots is a category of robots that has special capabilities to interact. And so we are using it to revolutionize customer service in Ghana, and also education and other areas. Cello, as a robot, just doesn't follow command. It's a smart, adaptable, and capable robot having the ability to understand human behavior using AI. It provides real-time support, making interactions more personalized, efficient, and engaging. So for those of you who would want to consider having Cello work in your environment, you can engage with Cello, hopefully after at the foyer. So whether welcoming guests, answering questions, or assisting with tasks, Cello is transforming the customer experience across industries like retail, healthcare, banking, and hospitality. And we typically use Cello at events to be doing check-ins, FAQs, and it can actually interact just like interacting with a human being using its AI. And we want to use Cello as a means of helping organizations stay very efficient. Beyond organizations, Cello could also be used in schools. Cello could be used in homes, in hospitals, any place that requires some level of interaction. So looking into the future, Mingo Blocks is committed to pushing the boundaries of robotics and AI. And Cello is just the beginning. We're already developing new models that incorporate even more advanced AI and machine learning, bringing robots into deeper integration with everyday life. And the goal is to lead the charge in developing robots that transform industries, from healthcare to hospitality, agriculture, and of course, education. So at Mingo Blocks, we see robots not just as tools, but also as partners. I know many people always ask the question, are these robots going to replace us? The question is, the answer is yes and no. On one hand, these robots are going to be very effective in helping, collaborating with humans, especially where humans are not able to do certain things. But on the other hand, unfortunately, for certain skills that are not upgraded, robots may end up taking over. And for us, that is the more reason why we're taking education very seriously, to make sure that we're able to educate the next generation of young people, especially learners. So we have launched a project called One Robot Per Child. So we have developed one of the world's most affordable educational robots. And our goal is to make sure that these robots are in the hands of every child, regardless of your economic background. In the village, in the city, you can have access to these educational robots, because we believe that the next few years, we're going to see these robots doing literally everything, just like we're seeing today. And so people should look forward to more of these innovations as they hold the potential to bring about the change that we seek to see, especially when it comes to service delivery. And so we want to shape that future where we are able to bring humans and machines together. We want to bring the human-machine collaboration. And so we want you all to join us, support. One of the initiatives is that we're giving organizations, development partners, organizations the opportunity to buy one of these robots and donate to children in remote areas. So thank you once again for your attention.
A round of applause for your name, sir?
Ben Naughty.
Ben Naughty. Ben, I want you to explain what you've spoken grammar. I want you to explain in very simple terms for our online viewers and even those who are watching us here without, the knowledge of tech and all that. What does this remote actually do in simple terms?
This robot is an interactive robot, so it's a social robot so social meaning that it has that social skill, or it can exhibit social skills such as speaking, interacting, facial expressions, anything social that human beings can exhibit, these robots can mimic those patterns.
Do you have to feed it with information, or it has some natural intelligence in it? Some artificial intelligence, I beg your pardon?
Yes, so it has AI in it. Depending on what you want to do. Instances you have to feed it with information, but it's actually capable. The AI makes it more capable to think for itself and make decisions.
So let's talk of, let's say, a rural area. How will this be of use to them?
Well,
a school in a rural area, a hospital in a rural area.
So in a rural area, one big application we've been working on over the years is language translation. Okay. So currently, Cello can speak almost any international foreign language. It can do interpretation. It can interpret different languages. Currently, what we're building AI that will enable it to be able to speak the local language. So for example, it can listen to you, can listen and pick the language automatically. So once you want to speak Dagbani, it can listen and knows that you're speaking Dagbani, and it can begin to have interaction with you. One of the solutions we're building for this is that we realize that most of the organizations, sometimes they go to these rural areas, sure, and they want to communicate, but it becomes so difficult. Okay, so a device or a robot like this can be deployed in such setting where it can literally become like a language translator, an aid for someone who, just like human beings someone can translate language. So Cello can actually do language translation.
How is it powered?
It's powered by lithium-ion battery.
Oh, so it's rechargeable.
Yes, so it's rechargeable. Yes, lithium.
Please, a resounding round of applause for such bold innovation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
And that is the power of innovation displayed right here. Mingo Blocks, the robots, which has become my co-MC. Please, a round of applause. And so all is set now for us to have an exhaustive conversation on the theme we're reflecting on. Joining us shortly on the stage is a panel which will be moderated by our very own Madam Ama Latte, Madam Ama Jampo, I beg your pardon, together with David Robert, David Entry, and we shall have Ama Latte, I beg your pardon, as the moderator. I got the two Amas wrong. But before that, let's have a foundation of this theme that we're reflecting on. Oftentimes, when you go for conferences and they're introducing keynote speakers, we get to hear a lot of information about them. Most of them we really do not need, do we? But I'm going to introduce to you a woman whose experience, whose work really comes in very handy in respect of the theme that we're reflecting on. She's a respected industry leader in the telecom space and a key driver of inclusion and innovation with close to 3 decades of industry experience. That is enough. But what's of importance to us is the fact that for the past 5 years in her work as the first Ghanaian CEO of then Vodafone Ghana and now Telecel Ghana, she has driven and continues to drive collaboration, starting from her own organization in the way they deliver digital solutions through their agile framework, and has fostered collaborations and partnerships with governments which have yielded and continue to yield tremendous results in their reach and impact. I'm talking of their network. Currently, she's a fierce supporter and enabler of startups, and hence her bold efforts in creating platforms that have incubated and continue to incubate startups, and now more than ever with the Africa Startup Initiative, a proud initiative of her company, Telecel Group, which seeks to support young African startups whose innovative ideas are creating a difference in their communities. Does this sound like a woman who has a solution to offer today? Then please put your hands together for the embodiment of innovation, collaboration, and transformational leadership. Engineer, Mrs. Patricia Obonai.
And I also brought my iPad. I can see Jerry has been living in my organization. Good morning. It's such a delight to be here. It's really an honor. I look forward to the interactions today. And I wish you a very successful event as you stay in throughout the 3 days to interact and to learn from each other. The Chief Director from the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Your Excellencies present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. In 2019, when I was appointed as CEO of Ghana Telecommunications Company, then Vodafone, now Telecel Ghana, we put together a very compelling strategy to turn around the organization. But I was very clear in my mind that I didn't have the finances to do it. And my team and I were never going to be able to achieve those audacious goals if we didn't have partners. So we set out to find partners. And this has made a huge difference in our business. It supported us to beat the stretch targets we set for ourselves year on year. A critical part of our change, as Jerry said, was actually within the organization. I believe that before you go out talking about change and driving change, you must start from within. So we looked at our company and said, what could we do differently if we wanted to accelerate our growth? And it doesn't always have to be expensive. And digital was one of our channels through which we wanted to accelerate the growth. So we set up a digital transformation unit directly reporting to me so that it had the executive ownership and a seat at the boardroom. And this is very, very important for organizations who talk about digital transformation. It must be owned from the top. We also introduced the agile way of working. In the past, it would take about 6 months to get a product out. By setting out smaller teams in their agile squads, having our tribes, having our accelerators, and giving them the power to go out and work. And we see them in 2 weeks with their sprints and delivering their outcomes to us, has made a tremendous difference. It can be very unsettling, but it has made a real difference for us in our business as well. Today we have over 40 bots, and I'm so proud of what Mingo Blocks has shown to you. It is real and it is practical. We have over 40 bots in our organization today, helping us with our back-end processes so that we don't remain a manual organization. We actually practically deliver these things in our businesses in the way we serve customers. We use them in our product delivery, we use them in our product design. We are using them in our way we serve customers online as well. I'm sure you'll meet some of my team in the lobby as you go through the exhibition today. Last week, I was part of the program Charles talked about, the UN Summit for the Future. The Economist Impact organized this insightful session on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly that's happening in New York. And I had the privilege of joining a panel and was sponsored by the GSMA, and we had to talk about the topic digital divide, now moving into digital dividend. And I thought that was great because we always talk about the problem. There exists the two-speed economy, and we always have two sets of teams, people having slow internet, people having fast, people don't having connectivity. Yes, it is true that if you look at the global economy today, you will find only half who are connected to the internet. It's true. 41% of them are actually not using it at all. And 4% of them don't have a signal. And if you come into sub-Saharan Africa, it's even wider. Less than a quarter of the population are connected. 15% don't have a signal at all. 60% of those who have it are not using it. And the world needs so much money, almost $400 billion to cover the infrastructure gap. So should we throw our hands up in the air and wait till every problem is solved before we start thinking digital? The world has moved on, and the global digital economy is driving acceleration and moving, and Africa has to be part of this. No single government, no single private sector will be able to close this gap. It will come through partnerships. I'll give you a practical example. So if you are going to talk to any investor in Ghana and ask him to go into the rural areas, you start talking about return on capital. However, where we, together with the World Bank, the government of Ghana, and Telecel, we decided to look at 1,000 communities across the country. And today, all 1,000 of them are connected because we partnered. Somebody brought the financing, somebody brought the technology, we brought our transmission and our knowledge, our spectrum, and we connected them to the internet. It is a very, very practical way of growing. It's a very practical way of developing your country. And we encourage partnerships significantly to help drive the change that we are all looking for. If you look at the growth going forward, in the next 6 years, it is estimated that if you look at the new mobile subscribers that will be coming up, it will be the young consumers and rural dwellers. So if I tell you that we connected 1,000 rural communities, it is not a waste of money. The growth is going to come from our young consumers and our rural dwellers. But think about this. Ghana has a very youthful population, median age 21. 6 million of us are already on social media. We are one of the highest consumers of data, 10 gig. Sometimes I wonder what you guys are doing there. 10 gig of data a month per consumer. Wow. But this represents huge opportunity to accelerate the growth through digital, because we don't have to over-introduce it to you. You're already there. What we need to do is to draw you in and harness the interest, the passion that our youth have, and direct the energy into digital skills that will drive productivity. The dividends are enormous, and we shouldn't miss out on this. I know some of you like to talk money, so let's talk money. So, as Charles said, the mobile industry is contributing significantly to GDP across the world. If I focus on just the mobile industry, it's about 5%. Digital is the 25% that he talked about. This is 5 trillion now, right? $5 trillion. It was instructive for me that it's only 26% of this, so 1.3 billion of this, trillion of this, is coming from my type of businesses, the mobile ecosystem. Actually, 60% of this 5 trillion is coming from productivity, what I just talked about, which means people are taking advantage of the technology that has been unleashed, and they are making good use out of it. They are driving value out of it. And the opportunity out there is even bigger. Today, it's 60%, 3 trillion out of the 5 is coming from productivity alone. Why are you wasting time? What are you doing with your knowledge and your access to the internet? I am so impressed by the number of you who have turned out today to want to listen, to want to share, to want to hear. From here, please do something with your access to the internet and your knowledge. It will make money for you. I hope that sells. The theme for today, innovate together, collaborating for digital transformation and impact, is particularly timely at this time in history. As I said, as Jerry said, we have an accelerator program. It's called the Africa Startup Initiative. What we do is we allow the youth to pitch, and then we invest. So we don't just listen and say, well done, we invest. And then we partner and we help them to accelerate their business growth across Africa. And I'm so happy that quite a number of Ghanaians have participated and are enjoying the benefits of this initiative. As technology evolves at a breakneck pace, the real power of innovation lies not in individuals' ability, but in collective effort. And I've seen this happen. It's no longer about just what you know, but when you put your ideas together with this other person, you're able to drive accelerated growth. The challenges we face in education, in healthcare, finance, agriculture, requires us to think together, to share ideas, and combine our strengths. No one can solve these complex issues alone. It will be through partnerships and collaboration. The Bank of Ghana recently announced that the total value of mobile money transactions reached 1.7 trillion Ghana cedis in the first 8 months of this year, compared to the 1 trillion same time last year. The future of mobile money which involves deepening our merchant payments, remittances, bill payments, lending, investments, network branded cars. You still very soon you'll find them in the market, and insurance will all be successful through partnerships and collaboration. Actually, in our business, it's the fastest growing arm of our business today. And we have accelerated this growth because we opened up and we chose to partner. I couldn't have done this alone. Collaboration has the power to spark innovation because everyone brings a unique set of knowledge and skills to the table to propel a solution to the top of the market. Collaboration allows us to combine diverse perspectives, our skills, our experiences, to create something greater than the sum of its parts. One of the greatest challenges to digital transformation is overcoming the silo mentality, the unwillingness to share information and ideas with each other because we believe that it will give me a competitive advantage. The world has moved on, so move on. We must cultivate an ecosystem where startups, corporations, governments, non-profits are working together in concert than in isolation. It is the synergy of minds and the blending of diverse perspectives that drive the full transformation and the changes that we all seek. Ghana's digital trajectory must be one where opportunities are accessible to all. This means investing in digital literacy programs, and I hope the ministry is listening, supporting grassroots innovators, and creating platforms that amplify unrepresented voices. Finally, let us not forget the next generation. Our efforts must include mentoring and inspiring young minds to envision and build the future, and I want to commend you, Amma and the team, for this fantastic platform. I am a STEM advocate, and I'm happy to see that STEM is being driven at the basic and now senior high school level. If we continue to drive education and opportunities in the technology fields and encourage entrepreneurial thinking, just like Migo Blocks did, we can ignite the passion and the potential of young innovators who are carrying forward the torch of progress. This week, you will engage in panel sessions, workshops, networking sessions that will spark ideas and push collaboration. I urge you to participate fully. Ask questions, share your experiences, build meaningful connections. Don't leave here without knowing another person and another organization that you can partner with. I just had a discussion with Charles, and so we will be partnering on something. That's how it works. Yeah. As we participate in the Ghana Digital Innovation Week, I want us to think beyond the digital industry and transcend into how digital solutions can help tackle our local challenges in education, in health, in environment, in employment, in justice, and in business. I urge each one of you to embrace the spirit of collaboration as our individual efforts contribute to the greater whole. The vision of a digital Survey Ghana can only become reality when we pool our ideas, we share our insights, we collaborate across sectors. When we unite our diverse talents and perspectives, we amplify our impact. Let's make this Ghana Digital and Innovation Week worthwhile. Thank you for your attention.
If I were you. Come on, you can make it better than that. And so, without taking the wind out of her sail, please welcome our panelists to just tee from there. David Nchiofori is Director of Innovation, NEIP. Madam Amajampo is the founder of Scale Up Africa and a board member of Impact Investing Ghana. Mr. David Roberts is the Head of Project, Digital Transformation Center at GIZ. And our able moderator is the CEO of Impact Investing Ghana, Amma Latte. Please, a round of applause for them as they come.
Thank you so much for that inspiring keynote speech. And wow, what an opening. I am so inspired by the various nuggets that we've had from all our speakers. And now we have to continue in this vein, my dear panel. So we'll jump right in. The theme for today is Innovate Together. And that's what we're going to talk about. That's what we've been talking about all morning. And so my first question goes to Amma, because I think it would be good to start from that local ecosystem perspective. And Amma, when you think about collaboration, I think Patricia called it avoiding the silo mentality. Charles called it, let's make the pie bigger. Let's make the collaboration bigger than just the sum of the parts. Can you share with us what are the key things that you see need to happen for us to make the collaboration lead to those outcomes, changes in education, changes in healthcare, transformation that Ghanaians can see in their communities?
Thanks, Aman, and good morning, everyone. Thanks so much to the speakers for their thoughts and comments. I think at Impact Invest in Ghana, we've been very good at institutionalizing collaboration, right? It's part of our DNA. There are so many sector partners that have joined our entrepreneurship support or collaborative. I think we need more efforts like that to really be intentional about collaboration across sectors, across stakeholder groups. And so I would welcome everyone to check out the ESO Collaborative online and join us. We have a forum coming up in November. And so we're really looking to deepen our partnerships. NEIP is a member. We have public sector and private sector collaboration. The Ghana Hubs Network is also a member, and various individual collaborators, venture capitalists. And so I think it's really important for us to really drill down into solidifying what's already there and not recreate the wheel. As everyone said, speak to someone today, figure out how you can partner, how you can add value. And I think it's really about being intentional about collaboration and partnership. So.
Great. So maybe moving from there to government. So you talked about being intentional and creating spaces for collaboration. And that's something you can do from here. You're sitting with someone who is in a similar industry, and you can create a space for collaboration, make it an online call, and invite other people, and it becomes a formal space where collaboration can happen. So I love that. David, you're with government. And I know you're smiling because you're also originally from the public sector, private sector. But tell us about some of the ways that from your seats at the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, you're all about driving innovation for young people through government's intervention. How are you driving collaboration? How are you bringing people together? What are you learning?
Right. We look at it from, and good morning to us all. So even within government, what are the silos that you can bridge? And within government, how do you collaborate even better? If you take a young person who probably is in JHS and now entering SHS, looking to innovate or go into entrepreneurial journey, what are the different steps? And so there are a myriad of government institutions that can support this person. So you would have a ministry like MESTI, who is a policy driver. You have MOCD. So that young person's journey, where do they sit? Even as they start to innovate. So you have Ministry of Education through the FSHS Secretariat saying that, okay, we're driving STEM innovation. So even at GDIW, we are proud to have some of our STEM innovation people with their various innovation exhibiting here. That person now moving on to say, I want to make this a business. Where do they go next? It means that they need some mentorship, they need some coaching, they need some of these guidance to be able to make the first step into business, understanding the world of business. And then they'll need a support. They are high risk, so financial institutions may not necessarily look at them favorably. So NEIP comes in to say, let's give you a starting grant. To say, okay, now I can get onto the business. And then you have private sector like the Hub Network who would come in and say, even as on your journey, come use our safe spaces
to foster your innovation even deeper. So now you move on to accelerator programs. Then there are development partners who would say, actually, we have this program. So from the Hub Network, they may tap into some of these DPs to support you in that direction. So when you look at the entire value chain, that's how we see the collaborative effect. And then the young person now becomes a business mogul like we saw in Mingo, and then we're moving forward as a country.
Excellent. So bring everybody together and let's work with local hubs. I'm loving it. David, let's come to you at GIZ. How do you, so you're the development partner that David is looking for to work with the local hub to enable that startup be able to scale. How do you facilitate collaboration, and how do you find potential partners? There are other people in the room that may be wanting to partner with you. And what strategies have you found to be the most effective in driving these partnerships?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for the question. I think it's a key aspect of our work, how to identify partners. And for us, commitment and mindset are more important, because we like to do things together with partners, and we need partners who are really focused on the topic and like to go further and like to go ahead. So it's not money, so it's more intention, what they like to do. So it is a reason why I have that mindset and really have a commitment, not only to do some things, and then really to like to do it and to bring things further. Not only in the way how to organize it, also how you bring in innovation. If you have no commitment, it does not work. And yes, at the end, the frame of all is communication. You have to be together. It's like a marriage for a certain time. You have a partnership. So you are looking how to come together, how you can organize the ideas and the inspiration to really have one goal. You can go.
Excellent. I'm loving it. You talked about persistence, commitment, and communication as being key in driving this kind of collaboration. One thing I forgot to say at the beginning of the panel is that this is actually a mini panel, and because it's in a string of long presentations. So we would want to end with a closing question to each of the panelists, which is, each of you has shared kind of from your perspective. Amma, you shared an example, you shared from NEIP. But if you were to leave our audience with a lesson, something tangible that they can take away with them, something that shows the power of collaboration in driving innovation and how it supported your approach, what would that be? So we can just go down the line with that lesson.
I'll use Impact Invest in Ghana as an example, right? So maybe 6 years ago when we sat at Movenpick coming up with an idea, right? We all shared similar challenges as ecosystem members, venture, angel, hubs, various players across the ecosystem. And it took us about a year to build an institution, which became Impact Invest in Ghana. And then we became a national body for impact investing, driving our collaborative efforts, understanding and mapping our ecosystem, sharing ideas, sharing challenges, and really figuring out where the data was pointing to in terms of how we solve our collective challenges, right? And fast forward, we're talking about an Africa Impact Group. We're talking about Africa being represented globally as a part of a global ecosystem. So it really just starts with an idea. And I would, I'm always talking about this because we all say, oh, Africans, we don't collaborate, but we do. And when we do, it's very powerful. So I would encourage you to share your ideas. As we spoke about silos, forget about protecting your idea. There's nothing new under the sun. So be open, be willing to collaborate. It can be such a powerful thing when just a few people coming into a room share experiences, share ideas, and play their individual parts, bringing their talents and their resources in various ways to really make a change. So that's my example.
Love it. And David, how about you?
Well, I think if we're to learn lessons from even when the world was hit with COVID, we couldn't have survived COVID without collaboration. The world did that marvelously, and today we're here with our mask because we collaborated better and deeper. And I think that that lesson should live with us, that together we stand stronger. We can achieve, the exponential impact. And so this silo mentality has to go away. It is it's a very thing that kills innovation in our part of the world. So people should learn more to trust each other and be able to engage even deeper, because therein lies the power that can help us exceed our imagination. Thank you.
Thank you. And David?
Yes, to cluster the efforts. So, for example, in the region in Ghana, not be isolated, to bring together the partners, and also on the national level to go beyond the borders. So, the global approach. You can't find solution alone, not only in one country, not only in one region. You have really to cluster the efforts and the experts in the certain topics to go ahead.
Thank you so much. So audience, give it up for our mini panel. And thank you so much, panelists, for helping us to delve into collaboration. And we will hand over to Jerry. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Madam Amalati, and your panelists. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you a gift, a special gift. He's a poet, he's an activist, and today he joins us to shed light on all our efforts. Welcome the celebrated Chief Momen.
At the break of dawn, when the cry of the muazzin pierces through the silence of the night, Ali will rouse himself from his straw mat in his mud hut. After the morning chores and prayers, he would head to the kraal to lead his father's cattle out to graze in the vast expanse of the savannah. There, in the luscious outskirts of the village where the grass is green and the rising sun is mellow, the lazy-looking animals would indulge themselves in the foliage, and Ali will find a spot under a shady tree to pass his time, and it is here that all the magic happens. Ali was a boy in a faraway village with not many people. His father had several sons who couldn't all go to school at the same time. So when one son was at school, another was at home taking care of the cattle. But for Ali, it didn't matter because he carried his education wherever he went. Sitting under that tree as his cattle grazes gracefully at a distance, he would pick out an iPad, an old iPad that an uncle gifted him, or should I say a tablet. He loved to read and browse through pages and watch videos, to travel through time and place and see and touch a world different from his own. He stood on the desert sands as the pyramids rose to defy the skyline and proclaim the glory of the pharaohs. He stood in the Senate at Cicero, proclaimed the might of an empire, and its legions embarked upon a quest for conquest. He traveled with Buddha throughout India. He heard the call of Confucius in China. He listened to the parables of Jesus of Judea. He traveled with Muhammad of Arabia from Mecca to Medina. And then through the Middle Ages he journeyed and witnessed King John sign the Magna Carta with a reluctant hand as his knights embarked upon the crusades to capture the Holy Lands. In Florence, at the height of the Renaissance, he witnessed Da Vinci paint the Mona Lisa under the patronage of Medici. Onto the door of Wittenberg he stood as Martin Luther nailed his 95 Theses in Britannia. On stage at the Globe Theatre, he watched the genius of Master Shakespeare unravel. All the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. And then through Africa he journeyed, through the ancient cities of Kush and Aksum in Ethiopia, through the gold-rich empires of Ghana, Mali, Songhai, through the ivory cities of Mogadishu, Mombasa, Zanzibar, through the stone walls of great Zimbabwe, back in Timbuktu he had the grill, sing the praise songs of Mansa Musa. And then he journeyed on and watched the Ottomans change Constantinople into Istanbul. He stood in awe as the Taj Mahal rose to the glory of Mumtaz Mahal. He heard the praise songs of Genghis Khan and Kublai Khan as he traveled on the Silk Road along with Marco Polo before the Ming Empress drove away the Mongols and made the Great Walls of China even greater. In Japan's bustling city of Kyoto, he saw the samurais with their two blades, the geishas with their alluring gaze as the actors in their kimonos dance the kabuki under the watchful eyes of the shoguns. And then he sailed with Columbus into the Amazons of the Inca before the conquistadores of Cortes and Pizarro in the Azteca. He witnessed the dawn of European exploration of Africa as Captain Bartolome Diaz landed on the Cape of Good Hope. He saw the captured men and women out of the door of no return along the coast of gold into the hungry ships waiting to sail into the unforgiving new world. He witnessed the dawn of the Industrial Revolution as the first passenger train moved from Stockholm to Darlington, into the age of information technology as Alexander Graham Bell made the first telephone call. He read and watched on and on into the blitzkrieg of the First and Second World War, into the era of liberation struggle as Chairman Mao launched his People's Revolution in China and Gandhi his positive defiance in India, and Nkrumah lit the freedom fires across Africa. On and on he read and went into the rapidly changing era of information technology and digitization as the first personal computers began to emerge, the Macintosh, the IBMs, the Dells, into the age of the Motorola as mobile telephone communications began to emerge, all the way to the age of the smartphones, all the way now into the age of the TikToks, into the age of AI. The sun is becoming hot, his battery is dying, his animals are becoming restless, and so he would lead his cattle back home. But on his way, his mind would again play over all the stories he read and watched. It fired up his imagination. He wanted to know more, to discover more, because he knew he could travel beyond his cattle trail. How is it that a young boy in some faraway village can know so much about his world, can appreciate the beauty, complexity, and dynamism of the human experience? The answer is simple. It is the power of information, the power of his education presented to him on his fingertips through the digital device. And so if we gather here today, it is not just technology for technology's sake, digitization for digitization's sake. It is the power of that technology to impact our lives, so that young people, no matter where they are in this world, can have the tools, the knowledge to redefine their destiny, so that our country and our continent can leapfrog into this new age to empower our economy and our society. That is why we have gathered here today. And so may the partnerships that we build hold true, may the innovations that we bring have the impact that we desire, and may we find the platforms and the opportunities like this to bring our innovations to the world. This poem is not just about Ali, it's about each and every one of you who is on your own journey beyond your cattle trail with the tools that technology has provided for you to define yourself and define your destiny. Thank you.
International poets, playwrights, and activist, Chief Moment, a round of applause. And so how does the rest of the summit look like? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our very own Doreen Aglago Kofi as she gives us an overview of the sessions that are yet to come. A round of applause as she joins us.
and good morning, everyone. All right, so the opening ceremony is ending, but we have a few activities that are still yet to come. I'll quickly run us through a couple of them, then we wrap up for the day. So we have about 16 research poster sessions happening on the top side of the right wing. Please make a time to pass by. It's from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. each of the days. We also have high school students that are exhibiting. So please make some time to pass through their exhibitions as well. Apart from that, we also have sessions that are running from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. And this year, we are very keen on collaboration, so we have a couple of people collaborating to host sessions. Sessions running through AI, we have policy, finance, health, all sectors that you come from. Please make some time to pass through the sessions as well. And these are concurrent sessions, so it depends on what your interest is. Make time to pass through some of these sessions. We also have exhibition stands all around the space, so please do make time to pass through all of these exhibition stands to see the innovations that are being created in our ecosystem. Okay, apart from that, we also have a podcast booth on the right side of the wing. So please pass to speak to some of our podcast hosts and get your voices heard on the screen. Can you please help me with the projection because the slide doesn't seem to be moving? Okay, we also do have food vendors around. So if you're hungry, you want to get some snacks, they are on the top side of the wing, the left wing. So please make some time to pass through it. Please, next slide. And then we also have some game lounges around. Make some time if you want to release some stress, pass through, play some games, and make some time to get to the next session as well. And then we also have Dr. Good. It's an exhibition stand. I think it's towards the side of the room. They are doing a free health screening, so please do pass through to check on your health whilst you enjoy the sessions as well. And then finally, we have our closing ceremony that is going to happen at the end of all the sessions on the third day, from 4 p.m. So please take the time, pass through on the third day from 4 p.m. for us to wrap up and take action from all the 3 days conversations. But the last thing I want to leave you with is the fact that please enjoy the sessions and make sure that you are collaborating to make impact and making them count as well. Thank you very much, Jerry.
Many thanks to you, Doreen Aglago Kofi. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's my pleasure to invite to join me on stage our guest of honor, representing the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, Innovation, the Chief Director, Dr. Patrick Numo, together with the conveners. I'm talking of the consortium. Please, a round of applause as they come up. Joining them, please welcome also the head of the German Corporation, our keynote speaker. A round of applause. The Deputy High Commissioner of the UK High Commission. All our panelists and the moderator. And soon we'll be officially declaring, or officially declare, I beg your pardon, open this week. But through the years, this organization has stood tall, giving us excellence and quality through this production that we see year on year. I'm talking of the MGA Consulting Ghana Limited. I'm talking of the principal organizers of the GDIW. Please welcome them as they join us here. A round of applause. Mr. Abiyo and your team, we salute you for all the work that you've done and keep doing. One, two. Sound. One. One, two. One, two. Would you help me with this one? One. Honorable Chief Director, it falls to you to officially declare this 4th edition of the Ghana Digital and Innovation Week duly open.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the August team here and the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, as well as the Ministry for Communication and Digitalization, I declare the 2024 Ghana Digital and Innovation Week formally launched.
And to God be the glory, we've done it yet again. Put your hands together as we celebrate key milestones in the digital and innovation ecosystem. And so I ask that we come together for a group photograph. I shall be acknowledging other groups to join. Photographers, please direct. Is there a planning committee? Multilateral partners, respectfully I invite you to join us. As many as are here. Mr. DJ, this is where you play Kimpaluta Aseda. Chai. And so right after the partners, we shall have all our sponsors. Please get ready. All our sponsors, please join now. Let's have one big photo together.
If I believe he gets prize, more purple, I believe in me. No stopping now, I'm free to be. Oh man, no shaking, I go reach the sky. If I believe nothing fit pass me by. When I look me
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. It is done. If you came through without a tag, I beg you in all the names of God, please go back to the registration and obtain a tag. It will give you information about the rest of the program for today and then for the subsequent days. Our officials will be led outside to the exhibition area. We will all be led out later in sections, so please remain seated. Additionally, we have food for one and all. The only thing is that you have to pay for food, but it's very subsidized. It's not linked to the dollar. So we have food on the right and then on the left wings of this auditorium. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the consortium, I'd like to thank you all for coming. We'll see you at the closing ceremony. For now, we'll all make our way to the exhibition area. Thank you.
more purple, I believe in me. No stopping now, I'm free to be. Oh man, no shaking, I could reach the sky. If I believe nothing fit pass me by. On my rise up, no be time.
Members of the official party, the dignitaries, will be led